Startup Stories, ladies and gentlemen, on 94.3 Radio 1, where we're trying to see if we can get you interested in those people who really decided to walk the talk, to take that leap of faith.
You're listening to Startup Stories on Good Morning Delhi with Sarthak.
Today, of course, something that's become a bit of a passion for a lot of people, food. But this is food with compassion, quite literally and figuratively as well, but quite literally as well. Sadbhavna Foods, ladies and gentlemen, is what we're talking about on Startup Stories on this edition. The wonderful Yogita and Yogesh are here with us. Yogita, Yogesh, thank you very much for joining us. It's in case you want to find out more, first, foremost, remember Sadbhavna.life is where you go on Instagram in case you're watching and then you want to see, oh, what is this all about? That's where you go. But tell us about Sadbhavna food. I mean, I could tell you what I've read, but that'd be counterproductive considering those will just be words. You're the ones who've sort of, put the emotion into all of it. So tell us, when did this journey start?
So I'll let you speak.
So this started around COVID period when my brother was having some health issues, and we had like plenty of time on ourselves to explore what is it that we are eating, whether we are doing the right thing in terms of long-term perspective as well, considering the health aspects or the kind of diseases that were cropping up. Like people having acute cases during COVID times, just because they had susceptibility or vulnerability in terms of other health diseases.
And so we dig deep, and as a family, we went into a lot of discussions outside. Like now, when you want to find a solution, you go everywhere, right?
For sure.
So we went everywhere, and I came across this way of living wherein you depend on nature for the healing. You depend on nature to sort of reset the button of your health.
There was that off camera you had that wonderful phrase for us about food and medicine, you remember? Yeah, what was it? Please.
I mean, it was as simple as if you don't eat your food as medicine, you will have to eat your medicine as a food.
Remember, the taste buds are great, but there's things underneath that as well. And of course, the wonderful things that you put underneath that includes the signature product, so to speak, the cashew buttermilk. So was this was the initial idea to make it for yourselves, and when did the whole idea of making it a business, what's the evolution of that story? The other awareness that's happening, of course, is about what goes into processed and super processed food, so to speak. And
What's the label saying, basically?
what's the label saying essentially,
ingredients?
and everyone's saying that if you don't understand more than 3 of ingredients, then you should not have it because it's really bad for your body. You are loudly and proudly organic. But we are also living in a world which is stringent as far as putting food out there on the shelves is concerned. So, have you taken care of all the legalities, all the paperwork, etc.? How's that seen like?
Yes. So we have the FSI label with us, FSI registration with us,
Right.
and we are operating out of Cloud Kitchen right now. And our ingredients are very simple. We are manufacturing this buttermilk using only cashews, water, and fermenting it naturally. We are not calling it probiotic because that again gets into sort of certification and all of these things, which will happen eventually. We are just a couple of months old. We are calling it cashew buttermilk.
And we've said ad nauseum that knowledge is power. So if you want to empower yourselves, just log on to sadbhavna.life on Instagram and you'll know more. Because as I said, sometimes the effort needs to be made from everything will not be spoon-fed, even if you're talking about food, right? And of course, if you want to know more, if you want to watch more startup stories, just subscribe to the official 94.3 Radio 1 YouTube channel.
94.3 Radio 1.